There are always lots of new exciting fashion trends popping up, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we like all of them. But today I'm focusing on 8 summer fashion trends that I really didn't like to start with, but I actually love them now, and I'm thinking that you might too. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. Now I do talk a lot about fashion trends here on my channel, and for good reason. I find the new trends a really good way to get re-inspired about some of the clothes that we may already own, or find something new to love. So trends are always a good gauge of where we're at in terms of our own personal style. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to love all of those trends, and that's what I'm focusing on today. Some trends that I really didn't see working for me, but I've had an about face on them, and I think that they are definitely worth taking a second look at, especially if, like me, you've overlooked them, you thought they weren't right for you, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to have a little rethink about a few of them. But please also let me know in the comments below if I've managed to influence you or inspire you to dip your toe in any of these trends. Now, the first trend is sheer or transparent skirts. Now, we know that spring was all about the sheer skirt, and it seems to be the skirt that's going to dominate this summer. And it's a trend that is potentially tricky and kind of scary too, but it doesn't have to be. And it does feel like this summer, the sheer skirts have kind of grown up and they've been given a real wearable, ladylike kind of edge to them, which is what I really love. And if this type of skirt feels a little bit too sort of frou-frou for you, it's all about how you style them and how you kind of give them a little bit more of a tougher edge, if you will. Even teaming them back with a simple oversized t-shirt or a button-down boyfriend style shirt. Anything that's going to kind of give you that high-low look and also give you that coverage too. You can double up on your sheer skirts to give you a little extra coverage. You can wear some bike pants underneath or a little slip, whatever it is, just to give you that little bit of comfort. But I do think these sheer skirts are far more wearable than I certainly first thought they were. And it is, as always, in how you style them. Now, this next trend was one that I initially did love, but I kind of had to stop myself from really getting on board when it first arrived, and that was metallic denim. Now, I think it appealed to the sort of the inner magpie in me that really likes anything that's shiny and sparkly and find it hard to resist, but I did feel that it was kind of making a really big style statement, and that's not generally what I want my denim to do. But then there is a new style which is a little bit more pulled back, and it's a little bit more subtle, which is why I've had a real about face on this trend. And this is probably a really good segue into the sponsor of today's episode, and that is FABRIQUE. Now, these gorgeous fabric shimmer jeans are designed by the godfather of denim and founder of the famous label Diesel, a man named Adriano Goldschmied, and he's the caliber of designer you'll find at FABRIQUE. In fact, they have over 300 world-famous designers creating limited edition pieces under the FABRIQUE brand. These jeans are gorgeous quality, they're 100% cotton, really soft, and have a beautiful understated shimmer that you can see here. I love that you can wear them dressed up or even teamed back with some trainers and a bandeau top like I'm wearing here. They are the perfect piece that I'm absolutely loving right now. In fact, I love them so much I decided to also grab the maxi skirt by the same designer. I thought the skirt would be a great alternative, and I do have a real soft spot for maxi skirts. Now, the great thing about FABRIQUE is that it's a collective designer brand, and each designer brings their own signature style, so there really is something for every taste, like this set here that is completely different to the denim that I just showed you. It's made from a cotton silk blend, and the fabric is so fine and it's just beautiful to wear. The designer is Italian and worked for a luxury cashmere label, and you can see her attention to detail in this beautiful embroidery. Now, this skirt set is also one of hers, and I just love the fact that it's so feminine and pretty. The skirt has pockets, and once again, this embroidery detail is absolutely divine. This stunning dress is designed by a Dubai-based designer who has crafted for Gucci, Prada, Valentino, and has even dressed Kylie and Kris Jenner. The design is stunning and it just drapes beautifully. I'm not usually a tweed kind of gal, but this contrast trim vest has me in a chokehold. It's designer interned at Kenzo and Lagerfeld and is now a Chanel haute couture star, which isn't a surprise at all. I'm wearing it with this cotton cargo skirt by Japanese designer Ms. Mugg. It's possibly a tad too fitted on me, but it's winter here in New Zealand and I always carry a few more pounds this time of year to keep warm. But this skirt is beautiful. It's a classic that will never date. And I'm also really excited to say that Fabric has given me a discount code to share with you to save 12% off your order. And I will leave a link to Fabric in the description box below so you can click on that and use my code, which is FABRIQUE7. Oh, and to sweeten the deal, they're offering a special summer discount of up to 20% off some styles. And the great news is that you can use my discount code on top of that to save. So there are some very good savings to be had, but I will leave a link to Fabric in the description box below and more details. But my code, as I said, is FABRIQUE7. It's super easy, but definitely go and check them out. I would love to know what you think of this label. Now, this next trend that I really didn't like at first was more commonly referred to as quiet luxury. Now, with that comes a whole lot of connotations that I don't like, but it is starting to be called discreet chic, which I do think is more fitting to this style of dressing, which is just a very timeless, minimalist, and probably almost a French style of dressing. Now, I've probably given this trend or style of dressing a little bit of a wide berth in the past, and that's mostly because I felt that it meant that I had to sacrifice some of my own personal style. And for me, I like to have an element of something a little bit interesting in each outfit. And for me, the whole quiet luxury or discreet style just lacked a little bit of personality. But I do think that you can have both, and that's what I'm seeing more of. So a very discreet, chic style, but still having some of those elements that allow you to show your own personal flair as well and add some interest to outfits. I think the thing about this particular style or trend of dressing is that you essentially end up investing in some timeless pieces that you know you'll be able to wear for many years to come. They're not pieces that are going to be dictated by fashion trends. But the whole idea with this trend is basically owning enough of these capsule pieces that form the glue in your wardrobe and the foundational pieces to create lots of different outfits from. So instead of me poo-pooing quiet luxury, I have now really leaned into the whole idea of discreet chic. I love what it stands for, and I love the idea of making sure that I have enough pieces that are going to help me build countless outfits. Now, I really didn't expect to love this one, and certainly not at my age. I'm 57. I did not expect to fall in love with the trend of wearing strapless tops. But as you saw earlier, my strapless top that I wear back with my metallic oversized jeans is just a look that is really simple. I do think that it's timeless. I think that it's elegant. And the way to make sure that you don't feel like you're a schoolgirl or back in your teens wearing a trend that you wore years ago is to make sure that you focus on two things, and that is fit and fabric. One of the things that I think that we don't focus on when it comes to these strapless tops is that they can be just worn as a simple layering piece with a button-down shirt worn over the top or a blazer. So just to give you an interesting neckline if you don't want to show off your arms. But also I think that the important things to focus on really the fit and the fabric of these tops. So certainly the black top that I wore with my metallic jeans, it's beautifully cut, it's really lovely quality fabric, and it sits and stays in place. So I can feel comfortable. Also, I do think that bras are really important as well. Having a good strapless bra is really important. I also have a stretchy bandeau top, which I've worn quite a bit recently, and I have shown it here. I'll flick it up again so that you can see what I'm talking about. But it's also important to make sure that it's, certainly for me, long enough. Wearing something that's a bandeau top that is cropped is just not going to work for me. And I just don't think, for a lot of reasons, it's going to be a good look. But certainly wearing one that's long enough, this one is long enough, you can wear it over the top of your jeans or pants or skirt. But let me know what you think. Would you wear strapless tops? Do you? Have I inspired you to have another look at this trend? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below so we can chat. Now, the next trend is fringing, and I think I was really anti-fringing because I did have a bad experience years ago. I remember I was wearing a beautiful fringe dress, but the fringes were not cut at the ends, they were looped at the ends, and I remember getting caught in someone's chair as I was walking past and kind of pulled a person over and created chaos with my fringe dress. And I suppose I've been a bit gun shy about fringing ever since, but I have taken a second look at it, and I think the key is making sure that you obviously choose your fringing detail. If it's not cut and it's looped at the bottom, make sure you cut those to prevent any sort of dramas like I had. But also I think styling is key as well. I don't like too much of a boho look, even though I'm wearing a bit of a boho blouse today. And one of the great things about fringing is that it adds a real element of texture and movement to an outfit. And especially if you do like wearing more simple, minimalist pieces or monochrome outfits, adding some fringe detail does just add that texture and interest to an outfit. So if, like me, you were not a fan of fringing, maybe take a look at and see some of the pieces that are on offer, and you too might decide to dip your toe into the trend. Now, this next one is definitely a trend that I did not see that I would like at all, and that is crochet. And in fact, if I kind of went back maybe a year and I have talked about crochet as a fashion trend that is just not one to wear, well, I'm sorry if you watch those videos because I have changed my mind. I do think that there has been a real modern interpretation of crochet which just looks super cool. I think the real take home for me is that I'd really pigeonholed crochet into granny squares and something that was old-fashioned and very crafty and homespun, and something that I just didn't see as very fashionable. But the interpretations of modern crocheted pieces are just so lovely, and they're perfect for summer. Obviously, they're going to be very breathable and fun. And again, I think when it comes to styling these pieces, it's how you wear them and what you style them back with to give them more of a modern edge. The key to styling some of these pieces and making sure that they very much shout 2024 and not 1964 is making sure that you team them with some simple, minimal accessories. So whether they be some chunky silver bangles or some statement earrings or just a simple minimalist style purse or some fun modern summer slides, it's the accessories that are going to ensure that your outfit looks modern and fresh and new. Now, next up is Bermuda shorts. Now, there seems to be an absolute explosion of Bermuda shorts this season, and the great thing about them is that there is something for everyone. Now, for me in the past, I've kind of felt like they're just a little bit too uptight and a little bit formal for summer. But this summer, there is just so many different types of Bermuda shorts. There's everything from denim, which is probably the hottest look for the season, slightly oversized denim Bermudas, and there's even some leather Bermuda shorts, and there's different sizes and styles as well. So like the denim styles, a lot of the Bermuda shorts are more baggy and oversized and less sort of structured and tailored, which is what I really like. And there are lots of different colors and just lots of options, and they're an easy way to wear a simple short for summer. But let me know in the comments below, are you a Bermuda shorts fan? Is this a style that you've worn for years and years? And if so, will you be looking at moving into a slightly new type of Bermuda short this summer? What are you wearing and how are you wearing them? And last but not least are slouchy clutches. Now, I've never been a fan of clutches because I have always felt that they're just a little bit inconvenient to have a bag that you sort of have to clutch and hold on to all the time. And I've always been a huge fan of crossbody bags, which I'm sure you probably know. But I recently upgraded my phone. I've got an iPhone 15, which is the big Pro Max, and it doesn't actually fit that easily into some of my crossbody bags. I also recently purchased a Slouchy clutch, and I love the fact that it adds just an element of interest to my outfits. It really does create its own style statement, and it holds all of the things that I need my bag to hold. And the great thing is that many of these Slouchy clutches also come with a little strap, so you can actually wear them over your shoulder or crossbody. You don't have to be stuck kind of wearing them one way. So they're versatile in that respect, that you can wear them as a clutch and clutch them under your arm or just hold on to them and create an interesting look, but you've also got that versatility of being able to wear them with a strap as well. Anyway, if you've enjoyed finding out which fashion trends that I've kind of had an about face on, then I'm sure you'd love to see the top shoe trends that are happening right here and now. If you would, then simply click or tap on the screen here and I'll see you there.